So we're going to do evolution of pumps for Cummins trucks from 1989 to let's say 2019. 19 was a switchover year, I believe. I don't know. I haven't played with many of the brand new trucks yet. But anyways, let's say 19 down to 89, or 89 up to 19. So this is the array of pumps. So first off, now we're talking only Dodge truck application for Cummins, because there's a variety of different pumps for different applications. So we're talking Dodge truck application. So now there is two versions of the VE pump. Actually, there might be more. I know that there's the intercooled and the non-intercooled. So let's just stick as far as we go into that, just to make it not too complicated. So then you have the P pump, which obviously is a much bigger pump, right? Sit up. So you have there's the other side of it, and I'm going to set these on the bench when we're talking about them separately. And then I call the redheaded stepchild, being I'm a redhead, so I can say that, the VP44. So this one, you're going to be 89 to 93. Your VE, you're 89 to 93. P pump runs from 94 to 98, 12 valves. VP44, 98.5 to 2002, which is your VP44. And then you have your first version of CP3. And then you go to your second version of CP3, and then they went to a CP4, which I believe now they went back to a CP3. But anyways, so what we'll do is I'm going to talk about all of them, goods, bads, all that type of stuff. So let me just move a couple things around and be right back. The VE pump. Like I said, your VE pump, which runs from 89 to 93 trucks. Now, this is the injector that goes for it. Now, the injectors are very similar to a P pump 12 valve. And so the non-intercooled runs a bigger bowl. So the marine style bowl, it's actually not the marine bowl, but bigger bowl. So you want to watch, but those ones will have a 9 mil nozzle. So if you have a 9 mil nozzle, then it was originally a non-intercooled engine. But if you look at the one on the left, see the thread difference? The thread difference on the left, which is your VE versus your P pump. That's what your difference is for the most part. And the pop pressures are set different. Your pop pressures on your VEs are lower. They're 245 bar, just so I'm not saying it wrong. And your P pump are 260. I set them a little bit different, but anyways. Just to show you the difference in them. So back to the VE part. So your non-intercooled, you can, if you're going to change injection pumps, you want to note that the non-intercooled, your line holders, or delivery valve holders actually, are longer on a non-intercooled than they are in an intercooled. So your lines are a different length. Just food for thought. So, and you can get, originally in these trucks, you can get a 4-hole or a 5-hole, depending on what the what the truck was. A lot of the non-intercooled were 4-hole. Not all of them, but a lot of them were. And then they can be 5-hole, obviously. So that is 89, and these were good pumps. Now these pumps are cooled and lubricated by fuel. So you want to make sure you're not running out of fuel. You want to make sure you're not running contaminants. Lots of guys always said these things will run on dirt. They do run on lots of crap. Don't get me wrong. I've put lots of crap through mine, the ones that I've had. But recommended is you want to make sure you have good lubrication. Now being that the sulfur's not in fuel, you want to make sure you have good lubrication, and you want to make sure that you have good clean fuel. So good fuel filter, lube clean. And you don't want the fuel to get hot. So on the next, which is the golden child, I guess you would say, which is the P pump. Now, the P pump, came from 94 to 1998 12 valve. And they will always look like this. Now, lots of them, this is, like I said, Dodge truck application. Your options are 160, 175, 180, and 215 horse in the truck series, the pickup truck series. There is a bunch of different ones and a bunch of modifications. Like, it'll still be a P pump if it's this style, but some will have shorter delivery valves, and it's a different setup. And you can have a different govern setups, which changes it, whether the AFC is different or not. This is the Dodge truck style. Now, like I did show that earlier, you're going to have a 14 mil head on here, or thread on here, sorry, and they'll all be 7 mil, where the other ones, some of them were 9 mil. I don't have a 9 mil one here just to show you guys, but so your 94, 95, you're going to be either 160 or 175 horse. The 165 was automatic. The 175 horse was standard. Now, I'm not 100% sure the crossover in there, because I've seen so many different ones, whether or not it's true, if the engine's been swapped or whatever. So 94, 95 is going to be 160 or 175 horse. And then when you go 96, 97, you can be a 175, a 180, and a 215. And then in 97, let's say 97, just for argument's sake, your 250 or your 180 or 215 horse. And there's a bunch to it in there, like depending on when the engine was built and the truck was built, whether it's a 96 model built 97 or whatever, or vice versa, depending on what you're getting. But the easiest way to tell is there is a tag right here. You can't read this one because it's been painted over. That will give you the part number of the pump, or you can go to the ID tag on the engine. I prefer to do the pump because if the pump has ever been switched, you will know or not know that issue. Now, I shouldn't say issue, it's just you'll know. You could have a 215 horse engine with a 160 horse pump on it. So, and I have seen that before. So that is like, these are the holy grail of pumps for these trucks. Very easy to get fuel. You can put lots of fuel through them. Like a 215 horse maxed in balance with 7 mil delivery valves, you're like 650 cc's. Now the VE pump maxed and balanced, argument on how much you can get, but you're ranging between 265 and 285 ish, kind of along that line. So on to the next one. Now this is where all right guys, so that's the end of part one, which is the 12 valve stuff. Now we're going to get into doing the 24 valve, so P pump and common rail stuff. There again, all the 24 valve. So hit me up if you got comments, questions, and please watch part two, which will be coming out right after this one.